Hello and welcome to My View with Solomon Oluwabiyi. Today is May 1st, 2021, and so happy new month wherever you are listening to My View. Or if you are reading the text, I say happy new month to you. Today being the first day of May 2021, I would like to share with you the topic that I have titled Sharing in His Crucifixion. Sharing in His Crucifixion. At one point or the other in your life, you probably have heard it several times, or people saying it, sharing is loving or sharing is caring. When you share, you take part, or when you share, it shows that you have compassion. To share, you must let go of your self-centeredness. You must belong or believe that you are concerned that there is a need to partake in the matter at hand. And so, sharing in Jesus' crucifixion is more than just three-letter words, but words that would determine whether you have a place in Christ or not. So this calls for self-examination. Sharing in His crucifixion. When you become crucified with Christ, you become dead to flesh. And flesh is the number one enemy that must be dealt with if Christ must live in you. The way of crucifixion cannot be ignored nor joked with if truly heaven is your goal. You must be holistic about life with the understanding that there is no replacement for your soul. In Mark 8:36-37. Regardless of your achievement in life, if you are not ready to partake in the crucifixion of Jesus, you are not prepared for His kingdom. God gives you and me the willpower, and He allows us to use it as we deem fit. The choice as to whether you chose eternity or eternal damnation is in your hands. The way of crucifixion is the way of life. The only way to live to please God is to become dead to sin. And to die to sin is to put off the old self. You can never understand, however, whom you are in Christ, nor understand the level of authority you possess without first take part in the crucifixion. When you become crucified with Christ, your old self does not mix with the new, and you are no more ordinary. You are precious in the hand of God. You are not supposed to live inconsequentially. However, you must be willing to take your rightful place in God, or else you will become a beggar where you are supposed to exert authority. I don't know about you, but I refuse to become a beggar in my place of authority. The way of the cross is not rosy, nor butter and bread. Persecution is part of the journey. Persecution comes with the package. Rejection is also likely to happen. Above all, do not fear. This is now I'm reading Revelation 2:10. It says, do not fear any of those things which you are about to suffer. Indeed, the devil is about to throw some of you in prison that you may be tested. Be faithful unto death, and I will give you the crown of life. Now, the crown of life here is reserved and ready for those who remain faithful until this body become incorruptible. Let no one deceive you. The journey and the way to the cross was not easy, was not milk and honey, was not butter and bread. Yet Jesus Christ endured the pain, He endured the persecution. He endured the torment. Jesus Christ went on the cross and died that we may live. He rose from the dead, that death may not have power and dominion over us. All you need to do is to invite him into your life. Revelation 3:20 says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and open the door, I will come in to him and dine with him and he with me." There are no two pathways to eternity. It is only one way. And you cannot buy your way into eternity. Neither can you work your way there. It is a done deal for those who understand that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Jesus said, "Many mansions are available in his Father's house," in John chapter 14, verse 2. This is for those who are dead to sin, though, but also alive to God. Do not forget that the way to die to sin is to share in Jesus' crucifixion. Galatians chapter 2 verse 20 says, "I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me. And the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by faith in the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me." You must identify with Christ in his death if you want to identify with him in his kingdom. The death on the cross put an end to Adamic nature and an end to condemnation. See, the old is crucified and no longer existing. Now we have been made new through his resurrection. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, is a new creation. All things has passed away. Behold, all things have become new. 2 Corinthians 5:17. So, for all things to become new, you need to accept him. You need to accept Jesus into your life. You need to open the door of your heart that he may come in and dine with you. The life you now live in the flesh can no longer be your life if truly you have accepted Jesus. You are to live for the glory of God. I am to live for the glory of God. You are to live by depending on God and not on yourself. You are not self-sufficient. The grace of God is sufficient for you. The grace of God is sufficient for your life. So, you have to live your life not in fear, but in faith in the Son of God, who is Jesus Christ. And again, Happy New Month to you. And that is all I have for you today on my Field with Solomon Oluwabi. And to listen to the past episode and past topic that I've talked about, or that I've wrote a little bit piece about, go to www.solomonoluwabi.com. Thank you and have a wonderful week.